Shalom. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and rule well. And salutations to all the Akim out there pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom. Now, I came across this article on RT. The title reads, Risk of Civil Unrest Rising Globally. And so it says, this is a study, right? And it says, more than 100 nations worldwide have been afflicted or have been affected. A UK-based global strategic consulting firm says countries worldwide are experiencing an unprecedented rise in the potential for civil unrest, according to a fresh study by Verisk Maplecroft, a UK-based global strategic consulting firm. Over 100 nations experienced an increase in risk of civil unrest in the last quarter. The company said in its Civil Unrest Index, published on Thursday, the index is derived from a set of various surveys assessing different factors, such as inflation and government mechanisms to overwhelm or quell conflicts, as well as the overall impact of unrest. Out of 198 nations worldwide, only 42 saw the risk of civil unrest decreasing in the survey period, while 101 of them saw it increasing. The situation in the rest remained unchanged compared to the previous quarter. The company linked the rising civil unrest risk with the impacts of inflation on the price of staple foods and energy. Hey, and it's only going to get worse, man. It's only going to get worse from here. I mean, the people are, if they're saying that the increase of civil unrest is rising, I mean, here soon, man, we're going to start seeing full chaos, man. Full on riots, which is, prophesied in the scriptures, man. So it says the impact is evident across the globe, with popular disconnect over rising living costs emerging on the streets of developed and emerging markets alike, stretching from the EU, Sri Lanka, and Peru to Kenya, Ecuador, and Iran. It said in a press release. Europe stands out in the ranking negatively, having experienced a rise in the risk of civil unrest, in large part due to the fallout from Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the company said. The situation on the continent is expected to get worse in the next 6 months, you see? It says, in Bosnia and Herzegovina and Switzerland, the Netherlands, Germany, and Ukraine are all among the states with the biggest projected increases in risk, it added. The registered uptick in civil unrest risk is the largest since the CUI was first released by the company back in 2016, with more than 80% of the countries around the world seeing inflation above 6%. It says socioeconomic risks are reaching critical levels. Almost half of all the countries on the CUI are now categorized as high or extreme risk, and a large number of states are expected to experience a further deterioration over the next 6 months, Verisk Maplecroft noted. Yeah, man, like I said, it's only going to get worse, man. Coming wintertime, they're saying that the UK is going to have a dark winter. It's just going to get worse, man. They might have to roll out the troops, man. They might have to bring out martial law. Start with them lockdowns again. I'm gonna finish this off. It says the global trend is unlikely to change anytime soon. Yeah, there's no healing. There's no healing. Even Babylon, man. Even here in America, there's no healing this place. There's no healing these westernized countries that are sided with Babylon. You know, the whole beast system is collapsing. It says the global trend is unlikely to change anytime soon, the company warned. Only a significant reduction in global food and energy prices can arrest the negative global trend in civil unrest risk. Recession fears are mounting and inflation is expected to be worse in 2023 than in 2022, it explained. Yeah, man, it's gonna get worse. There's no healing this place, man. This place is done. And all these westernized countries, man, they're finished. They're through. Showing you this is the end. Showing you that we're in the end times, man. Let me get some some scriptures. And this is gonna be a short lesson. I ain't gonna make this, too long. Just gonna grab, a couple precepts, and that's it. The second Ezra's. Hold on. Second Ezra's 9. And I'm gonna start at the top. It says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the Highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world," you see, and that's what we're seeing, man. This is a sign. Civil unrest is a sign that the end times is coming. That's one of the signs, right? And it says, verse 4, "Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning." And you see, and it's not just like one location that has, civil unrest. It's multiple locations. It said a hundred and something, 190 or something like that. Let me go back and check. It says out of 198 nations worldwide. So all those nations had civil unrest, and it says only 42 saw the risk of civil unrest decreasing, and 101 of them saw it increasing. You know, just goes to show you, man, hey, things are ramping up. The Most High is ramping, you know, this tension. This is the year of the turn up, man. Continuing on, it says, I'm going to start at verse 4 again. It says, "Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest." You see, the end is being manifested as we speak. Day in, day out, it's just one day closer to the end. Every day you start seeing new updates on current prophecies that's being played out. And it says in the beginning, measure the time diligently in itself. You gotta measure the time. Measuring the time is taking current events and lining it up with the scriptures, right? Now let me get one more precept. Second Ezra's 15. I'm gonna start at 16. Yeah, I'm sorry, 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard the kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." And that's exactly what's gonna come to pass, man. These people are gonna start rebelling. They're gonna start rioting. They're gonna start, looting, robbing, killing, stealing, all that. And the first people they're gonna come for are these governors, these mayors, these uh, police officers. You know, they're gonna come after them first. So they ain't gonna be regarding the kings and princes no more, man. It's all gonna be survival of the fittest in that day. It's gonna be the early bird gets the worm in that day. You know, and that's why we need Yahweh Shemi Yahweh. If you're an Israelite, man, you gotta get right. Because the time is coming. The end is near. And we need Yahweh Shemi Yahweh to make it through these perilous times that's to come. A time like no other. But this is just this little event, man. This little article, little study that they try to do. You know, this is just the beginning, man. It's nothing compared to what's gonna come. And I believe they're gonna roll out once these things get so bad. I mean, we know this. I mean, it even says it right here. I can just continue on. It says in verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. That's them bringing in the martial law, man. Blocking off cities, having y'all and having lockdowns, restricting everything. That's going to take place as well. But anyway, man, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I hope this lesson was edifying. I'm going to close out by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and rule well. Salutations to all the Akim out there pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom.